Most of us don't even notice it happening. At some point in life we start curating ourselves, showing people only the polished bits, the highlight reel, or the side that wins approval, and at first it feels harmless. It feels like we're just putting our best foot forward, but then something shifts. That version of yourself becomes your main character. The mask that once protected you becomes a mask you can't take off. And here's the painful truth. The person you pretend to be is holding you back, because the more time you spend playing that role, the less time you actually spend becoming who you really are. The mask we build is born from survival. As kids we learn quickly, don't cry, don't be too weird, don't stand out too much, or you'll get rejected, so we adapt. Maybe you become the funny one to hide insecurity. Maybe you built confidence you didn't feel just to get respect. Maybe you became the chill one who never cared, when in reality you cared a lot. Over time those small acts pile up until the mask feels permanent. You forget it's something you made and you start believing it's who you are. The danger is people start loving the mask. They praise the character and not the person, and that reinforces the lie. If I show them the real me, they won't want it. But here's the catch. The mask was only supposed to be temporary. It was meant to protect you, not define you, and the longer you wear it, the more it smothers who you actually are. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So let's get into it. Now, next thing I want to talk about in this video is ego versus reality. Ego is seductive because it tells you exactly what you want to hear. It tells you that you got it all figured out, that you don't need to grow, people already think you're doing well. Ego thrives on appearances, followers and validation, and looking like you're ahead of the curve, but none of that really means you're actually fulfilled. Reality is much harsher than this. It doesn't care what you look like to others, it's what you feel deep down when no one's watching. The truth that you're not living up to your potential or that something's missing. Ego says stay comfortable, stay admired, and reality says you're lying to yourself. And the kicker is, the more you let ego drive, the more out of touch with reality you become. And one day, the gap between the life you project and the one you live is going to be so wide that you can't even pretend anymore. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the fear of being seen. Pretending gives you a safety net. If people reject the mask, it doesn't sting as much. You can shrug and say, well, that wasn't really me anyway. But living like that means nobody ever truly knows you. Nobody sees the insecurities, the flaws, the softness, all the stuff that makes you human. And the irony is, that's exactly the stuff that people would connect with the most if you just let them see it. Instead, we keep the walls up. We'd rather be liked for a lie than risk being rejected for the truth. But that creates an emptiness. Friendships feel shallow, relationships feel fake, and achievements feel hollow. Because deep down, you know, they're not really connecting with you. They're connecting with the act. And I think all of this can really drain your energy, because pretending is exhausting. You're constantly editing yourself. Does this make me look confident? Does this make me look successful? Am I living up to the image I've built? That constant monitoring eats away at your energy, and the worst part of it is, it's all wasted. Energy that could have gone into learning, building and becoming a better person. I mean, think of it like carrying around a heavy prop every single day. You're lugging it around everywhere, trying to keep it polished, while the real work, the work of growing yourself, is left undone. That's why so many people look together on the outside, but feel drained on the inside. That's not life that's exhausting them, it's a performance. But as human beings, we do feel comfort in this persona that we put on. The mask is so addictive because it feels safe. You've rehearsed it, you know how to play the part, and the world rewards it. People nod, they clap, and they validate the image. But safety is not the same as freedom. Safety is not the same as fulfillment either. Comfort zones are where potential goes to die. And the longer you stay in the persona, the more you trick yourself into believing, this is enough, this is who I am. Meanwhile, the real you is suffocating underneath. And the scary truth is, one day you'll wake up, years would have passed, and you'll realize you never actually lived as yourself. You lived as just a character. So if you're going through something like this, then you've got to start becoming real with yourself. Because taking off the mask isn't about rejecting ambition or lowering standards, it's about being honest. And it starts by asking the hard questions like, what do I actually want, not what do I think looks impressive? And who am I trying to impress, and why does their approval matter so much? What parts of myself am I still hiding, and what would it look like to stop this? The answers might sting, and they might even shatter the image you've been clinging to, but that's the point. Because when you stop performing, you finally get the chance to build a life that fits you, not a life that looks good to everyone else. And the more you become real, the lighter life feels. You're no longer wasting energy pretending, you're free to grow, to stumble, to succeed as yourself. So here's a question you have to ask. Are you living as yourself, or are you living as a person you're pretending to be? Because the mask might win your approval, but it will never give you peace. And while it might keep you safe, it will never set you free. And one day, the scariest thing won't be being seen for who you are, It'll be realizing you never gave yourself or the world the chance to meet that person at all. If you guys have enjoyed this video and took something away from it, make sure to like and subscribe. With that being said, guys, it's been Jxey. Stay awesome.